What's good, world, and good day. Court and Vic checking in on this fine Friday. And as we mentioned last week, this is now Court and Vic Street, where you can come get the rundown on all things nerdy. I hope you got your fix on nerdy shit this week, but in case you didn't, let's talk this week's nerdy news. We're talking gaming, entertainment, anime books and manga, and music.
So if you didn't get yours in this week, let's get it in today. Before we get into what you came here for, if you're enjoying this content on our channel and want to help us grow, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we'll have a giveaway, so help us reach that goal. Now, back to what you really came for. In the world of gaming, I've really got to get this out first and foremost. Sony. What the fuck happened with Concord? Who dropped the ball on this one? For those of you who don't know about this game, it is, though as of today, we should probably just start saying it was a team-based hero shooter, similar to the classic we all know and love in Overwatch. Now, Overwatch, definitely a great game. I'm not like an Overwatch player, if you will, but I picked it up a couple of times, tried it out, definitely good game. Concord, didn't get a chance to test it out myself, but after it's released, it received quite a bit of mixed reviews from critics, and the player count on Steam was only ever in the hundreds, right? And the game sold less than 25,000 copies. So, after only being available for 2 weeks to the public, Sony later came out and made an announcement that the game will be going offline. Ryan Ellis, game director at Firewall Studio, had to say this about the game on PlayStation.blog. Concord fans, and this is a quote, so before I get further into it, this is a quote. We've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game in our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024, and explore options including those that will better reach our players. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game on PlayStation 5 or PC. Talk about a game letdown. Now, this wasn't the only dud we as gamers had to deal with this year. Warner Bros. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League came out this year and did not resonate with gamers like they thought it would as well. And to think Concord cost an estimated $100 million at least to produce. We can't be wasting that kind of money on a video game, Sony. If y'all need some help with content, just ask the millions of gamers that game what we want. I guarantee you, nobody was asking for Concord to drop this year. Let me get off my soapbox though. To all my Potterheads out there, which I just found out is what Harry Potter fanatics call themselves, as Potterheads anyways. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions dropped this week on September 3rd. And again, for those Potterheads, this is your chance to dive into the world of Harry Potter and take to the skies on a broom and test your skills in a game of Quidditch. Now, this game has a slight cartoonish look, but definitely try this out over the weekend and tell me how you like it, to all my Potterheads out there. For all those that like a good sports game, NBA 2K25 drops on September 6th today. I work with some dudes at work that always talk about sports, so I'm sure this will be the topic of conversation in the office on Monday when we get back to work. But purchase this game. It's got 4 different editions. We've got Standard, WNBA, All-Star, and Hall of Fame. Check that out for those sports gamers out there. This one's for you. With Labor Day behind us, and with it being the end of summer, we're starting to see more of our fall and spooky season content. And for those of you that have been waiting for years, Michael Keaton is back to reprise his role as Beetlejuice. After an unexpected family tragedy, 3 generations of Dietz family return home to Winter River. Still haunted by Beetlejuice, Lydia Dietz, played by Winona Ryder, has her world turned upside down when her rebellious teenage daughter, Astrid, played by Jenna Ortega, discovers the mysterious model of the town in the attic and the portal to the afterlife is accidentally opened. Check this out in theaters and give us your review. I definitely want to see this because I grew up watching the original Beetlejuice and also the cartoon, for those of you that know about that. We have another theater release starring Brandy called The Front Room. Based on the 2016 short story by Susan Hill, Brandy plays the role of Belinda, a pregnant wife who urges her husband to take in his elderly, estranged stepmother. This seems more like a psychological thriller than a horror film, even though that's what it's classified as. So check this out and let us know how Brandy does in this role. But on a lighter side, we also have Rebel Ridge airing on Netflix today. A former Marine confronts corruption in a small town when local law enforcement unjustly seizes the money he needs to post his cousin's bail. For those looking for a good action flick for this weekend, definitely check this out because I will be watching it myself.
Now, I don't know about you all, but fall is my favorite time of the year. And it's not because my birthday month is in September, but because the weather is a lot cooler, the leaves are changing, college football is on, and for those who were born in the 80s and 90s, Hocus Pocus is playing nonstop. But this is also time to get cozy on the couch and immerse yourself into some good reads. Okay, cousins, now you all will soon learn with me there is no theme, rhyme, or reason to my fall selection of books. I just like what I like. Now, as you can see, I will be exploring some literary fiction, fantasy, some horror, like Dust and Decay. Oh, zombie apocalypse. I can talk on and on for days about this. I love me some zombie apocalypse. Have y'all seen Black Summer? Okay, let me get back to it. Oh, yes, The Between. That is a good one. I've heard that's a page turner. I know I had to throw in some romance. As you can see, I've already started this one. All right, everyone, that is it. Looks like I have 7 books to read before the end of November. But if you would like to follow me along this journey, you can follow my social media handles below. Until next time, I'm out. Don't forget, read a book.
For music this week, we've got some new albums from Fred again, called 10 Days, with some features from several artists, one notable being Anderson .Paak. And we missed this last week, but for those of you that love R&B music, check out Beautiful Pain by Tyrese. I've played a couple of the songs on the album. The quality of the music in this album is really good so far, and I expect that for pretty much all the other tracks in this album. So I will be listening to this in full over the weekend and getting me some love, if you know what I'm saying. We also have Toro y Moi dropping Whole Earth today, and I plan to check that out over the weekend at some point as well too. I recently discovered this artist within the last maybe year or so, and I like his music, so he's been definitely on my list of new artists to follow. That's all we got for this week's Nerdy News Release. How was your week? What games are you playing this weekend? What shows are you gonna binge? What books are you reading? What album are you putting on repeat? Stop by anytime and find you something here on Concord and Vic Street.